2025. What a year it has been, guys. I hope you guys are doing well. This year has been a very big year for me personally. In terms of my photography journey, what have I learned this year? What have been some key core themes that have stood out to me this year? That's what we're going to be talking about. Guys, 2025. If I could boil it down really quick, it has been a year full of travel, full of new experiences, full of life and seeing new things and experiencing new things. And with all of that, I have documented it and captured it with my camera. So let's dive in. When it comes to photography, I have to start with this premise, with this core foundation of why. Why do I create images? Why do I practice photography? It would boil down to this fact of documentation and archiving this life. That is really the core reason of why I photograph right now. And obviously it's going to evolve over time. You know, with that idea in mind, this like documentation, this archival of your life, you know, I think it's going to be very interesting to look back on these images in 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And that is the core reason of why I photograph, of why I practice photography, is for documentation reasons. It's to document this life. Now that we have gotten the core reason as to why I photograph, why I practice photography, let's go a little deeper with some themes that I have learned this year in 2025 when it comes to my photography. We'll start with the first one, and that revolves around this idea of one lens, one camera. Guys, as you may know, if you go down the photography rabbit hole, you know there are thousands of cameras you can choose from, thousands of lenses you can choose from. Guys, you can go down that rabbit hole, and it is a very deep rabbit hole. I've been there, and I definitely am trying to get better. And the start of this year, I made the choice and the decision to buy my dream camera and to stick with it for 1 year minimum. And that is this year. That's where we're at right now. We're at the end of that year, the end of that road. And with that, it has been a very eye-opening experience. I chose to buy the Leica M11P. I bought a 35mm lens, and I have been sticking with that combination this whole year, sticking by it, practicing with it, making mistakes, failing, creating images that I like, creating images that I'm like, and just like really coming to understand that combination on a deeper level. And that right there, sticking with one focal length for a year will push you as a photographer. And the focal length that I chose is 35mm. And if I could go back and kind of redo some things or just like give myself advice, it would be to stick with one focal length. And that focal length for me is 35mm. For you, it might be 28, 24, 50. I feel 35 is just that sweet spot of like being able to capture your environment. If you want to shoot portraits, you can do that. Capture people in their natural settings. But really, it has this way of involving you in the scene. You as a photographer have to get engaged with your scene quite more with the 35mm lens. You're really having to put yourself in the action to capture that frame. And that right there has really just opened my eyes to better understanding my photography, better understanding photography, the art of photography, getting out of your comfort zone. That is how you grow as a person, guys. And with photography in mind, you know, putting yourself out there and in there at the same time with, you know, these different scenes that you're going to be in and these different frames that you're capturing really pushes you. And it pushes you, at least for me, it pushed me out of my comfort zone in some situations. And it's really like gotten me down this whole new stream of where I want to go with my photography, what I want to do with my photography. So the second core theme that I've been definitely learning and definitely has helped me with my photography is traveling. So I cannot stress enough what traveling does in terms of your growth as a person, in terms of your photography. So I only can speak from personal experience. And how I travel, I'm backpacking. Literally, as we speak right now, I'm in New Zealand. I am thousands and thousands of miles away from home right now. I'm literally living out of a backpack and just hopping around, roaming around New Zealand. All of this is new to me. I've never been here. I didn't know much about this place before coming here. I came here with an open heart, open mind, and open eyes with my camera, and I'm capturing and documenting what I find interesting. And that is what traveling has this beautiful way of showing and presenting itself to you, is like everything is new to you. This like newness, this like all around you. I really have been discovering my love for nature, my love for the great outdoors via traveling. When I travel, I love to go to like epic nature and see epic things and witness beautiful sunsets and sunrises. It has definitely pushed me and like grown me as a person and as a photographer. It's traveling, it's seeing new things, it's meeting new people, it's experiencing new cultures, trying new food. It's all encompassing. You know, when you travel, everything is new, everything is fresh. That freshness, it sparks something in you. And I cannot stress enough to travel. If you're into photography and you want to up your photography and you want to like push yourself, go travel somewhere. And traveling can take many forms. You can go 30 minutes outside of your town to a new city that you never went to. You can travel thousands of miles from your home and go to a whole new foreign place. You can go to a place you don't even speak the language. Wherever you want to travel, go travel, guys. It has greatly improved the awareness of reality, that like deeper awareness of reality. It has just like opened my eyes to reality, opened my eyes to what has always been there. And it's funny, you know, you travel all around the world and I come home and I'm just like, even every ordinary things that I've seen 1,000 times when I'm home has this unique perspective after you have traveled. Go on my routine walks that I always go on and I start to observe things that I haven't previously observed. So it really has this like profound way of shifting and altering your perception of reality, is what I would say as a whole traveling does. Now, this last theme, this last core idea and philosophy when it comes to growing in terms of my photography this year has definitely been carrying my camera and wearing my camera with me everywhere, guys. Like I said, I traveled. I traveled to Japan this year. I went to Hawaii. I went to Portugal, to Spain, to Italy, to Switzerland, to Australia, to now here in New Zealand. And with all of that, I have taken my camera with me through all of that and documented what I find interesting to me. With carrying my camera with me literally everywhere, it's just like, it's there. It's like the best camera you have is the one with you. And I have this camera, I'm like, oh, you know, I start to see things differently. I start to see reality with a new perspective, is what carrying and wearing my camera with me everywhere has taught me. It's just expanded my views on the world around me. And it kind of gives me this sense of like observing reality without judgment. You know, I just try and strive to view and observe reality and try not to have, you know, these judgments of what I'm viewing, what I'm seeing, and just document it. Document it in its purest and rawest form. That is what I'm striving to do. That is literally what I am, you know, just trying to get better at, you know, as a human. It's just like, just be an observer of reality. Plain and simple. Observe reality without judgment. Whatever you see, just try to observe it for what it is. Obviously, we have thoughts, and photography has like taught me to just observe and to be there and to just experience it for what it is. You know, we are just living the human experience. We all get this one experience, this one go around, and I'm just trying to just be here, be present, be in tune with the present moment, and to observe what is actually around me. You know, your mind picks up so many sensations when you're out and about, and there's so much happening all around you in any moment. You know, if you're literally, I'm sitting under a tree right now and I'm just observing reality. You know, I'm looking off in the distance and I'm seeing the ocean, I'm seeing the sky, the clouds, the houses, the birds flying, the birds, hearing the birds chirping. I don't know if you guys just heard that. Hearing the birds chirping, hearing the cars and the traffic and the people walk by. Life is happening. Life is happening all around you. And it's just this like observational, becoming this observer of reality and just trying to observe and capture it without judgment is what I am learning by, you know, carrying this camera with me everywhere. It's just this like invitation to see what's always been there. It's really what a camera allows you to do. It's like, it's this one ticket to just see, this one like invitation to just see the world around you. So that has been photography this year, guys. It has been a beautiful journey, a beautiful year. And we got one more month. We're gonna be heading to South Island, New Zealand. More beautiful nature down there out here, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited for, you know, December. In terms of photography for you guys, I want to know in the comments below, 2025, with your journey as a photographer, what have you taken away this year? What has really stood out to you and improved your photography this year? Let me know. Comments down below. And when I look out into the future, 2026, man, we're gonna, you know, I look at my photos and I'm like, you know, I feel they're good, but I want to take it to the next level. I want to lean further, lean closer, get closer to my subjects, get involved more with the action. Like, there's so much. I want to really lean into life with my photography. And that's the recurring theme that I see in 2026. One of the goals that I want to achieve is to just lean closer. 2026, that's what it's going to be, guys. So with all of that, I hope you all enjoyed this little video. I just wanted to get this out there, guys. I love photography. It's showing me so much. It's teaching me a lot about life. And it's just this beautiful art that I really, really see myself practicing for the rest of my life. Is photography, is documenting this life. It's something that you can practice anywhere. It's something that ages like wine. I'll leave you guys with this. When I think about photography, definitely something that has improved my photography as well. Little bonus trick is printing out my work. Printing out my work has just had this way of like bringing my photos to life even more. You know, we get caught up in just the digital age that we live in. I shoot on a digital camera. I have thousands of photos on my hard drive. And, you know, you can kind of get a little disassociated with those photos. They can be kind of like lifeless. And what's brought the soul back into that photography is printing out my photos. When I flip through my photo album and I see images that I had taken a few years ago, it really just hits this core nerve of like, damn, like it has been a wild journey in just the last few years. And it excites me for the journey ahead, you know, the next 5, 10, 20, 40 years of my life. You know, God willing, I make it that far. It's going to be interesting, you know, when you're much older and you can flip through the album of your life, flip through those images and just see what you have experienced and then share that. You know, photography is beautiful because you can share it. I recently went hiking with some people. And, you know, I'm very like, I just do my thing, guys. They didn't know I was into photography like that. I brought my camera and I just documented the experience and, you know, came back, edited the photos, and I showed them some of the photos and just their reaction was just like, oh my God. Like literally, I'm not trying to size myself up, but that was like their reaction. They were just very pleasantly surprised with the images that I captured, and just having that and sharing that with them made my day. You know, those little things, you know, one day, maybe when they're 80, they'll look back on these images and be like, damn, I remember that time. And that's the beauty in photography for me. Sharing it with the people around me. And then eventually, you know, I would love to maybe one day have kids, and when I'm older, I can pass along all the images that I've taken in my life and let them see what I've been up to in this life. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up right here. It has been a great experience. 2025 really opened my eyes to just so much, and I'm very thankful for this year. Today is actually Thanksgiving, which is quite funny. Happy Thanksgiving to the people that celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for this life, for this opportunity to travel, to, experience this life, to be able to walk, to be able to talk to you guys, to be able to just share this life. I'm thankful for that. With all that, if you guys want to hear more of my thoughts on life, on traveling, on photography, check out my newsletter. Link is in the description. I share thoughts about life there, if that might be of interest to you. And my Instagram link is in the description as well. With all that, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.